Everybody, welcome to Leo's View and Review. Today we're going to talk about the movie Warrior. This was recommended by an associate of mine, Mr. Alex Kalpaxis. Alex, how you doing?
Good. Thank you very much.
Very good. Alex is an MMA fighter. You want to tell me a little bit about how you got into this? And
about 4 years ago, I wrestled when I was a kid, and then I started doing jiu-jitsu about 4 years ago. And then I got into the Muay Thai, the kickboxing, the boxing, and then I was always a big fan of the sport. I got a lot of respect for the men and women who partake in it, and like I said, I was just a big fan, so I wanted to take a stab at it, and 4 years later, here we are.
Okay, that's great. So you have some background in multiple areas of martial arts?
Yeah, and I think that's real important nowadays. A lot of people have a misconception. You really got to be a well-rounded individual. I mean, it's good to have a solid background in something like a wrestling or a boxing, but to really, get yourself involved, you have to have take bits and pieces from all aspects and just be well-rounded.
Of course, it makes sense. Now, the movie we're here to talk about is called Warrior. I've not seen it yet. Anybody who watches Leo's View and Review understands that I do one video prior to watching the film. Now, Alex recommended this movie to me. What can you tell me about it?
Very awesome movie. Very well done. Plot, storyline, characters, actors, actresses, the whole nine. It didn't take anything away from the sport at all. If anything, I think it drew more people and attracted more people to it from seeing it on a big screen like that. It was pretty successful. I think it brought in, it was roughly, so far, 25 million for...
Well, yeah, that sounds great. I know that the movie, to me, looks exciting. I plan to watch it over the next few days. Let me ask you, in terms of the film, did you find that it accurately represented the MMA fighting, or how could you compare and contrast it?
Yeah, it was real accurate. They didn't take anything away from the sport. The training that you see the two brothers partake in the film, it's spot on. The competition itself, the physicality of it, even when they were in the octagon with the fights, it was real spot on. It was nicely done. If anything, like I said, it just attracted more people to the sport just by watching the movie on the big screen like that.
All right, now if I were someone that was more like maybe a flyweight case, or I should say a flyweight class would be the proper term apparently. Mm-hmm. I don't know, like an Al Carlson or so. Would I find that this movie would be interesting to me, or am I going to kind of be lost in it?
No, you won't be lost in it. You can not know a thing about MMA, and after you watch this, you'll still enjoy it just as much as an athlete.
So we have some storyline going. There's some staying power in the film.
Yeah,
that's fantastic. Okay, well, I am. My understanding is you've got another match coming up.
I do. We're about 2 weeks to the day right now, actually.
Okay. And where's that match being held?
Villa Park at the Odeum Expo Center.
Okay. All right. Great. Now, as far as the weight class that you fight in, what is that?
I made a jump about 1.5 years ago, up to 205 light heavyweight. It's really where my natural weight is, so I'm real comfortable fighting at that. I don't really have to tweak too much or switch too much as far as what I normally do.
All right, so prior to that, you were above or below that?
My prior fight to that, I fought at 185.
Okay.
So.
All right. Yeah. Now, I guess my other question would be, we're looking at a light heavyweight division coming up. Is that right?
The light heavyweight division, it's pretty prominent, across the board.
And who's the current? Is it a belt holder?
It is.
How is that calculated?
John Jones.
Is the
light heavyweight champion of the UFC right now.
And I am not into the UFC yet. I mean, in the past I've watched. I've certainly have not followed it. This John Jones, apparently he's been successful in the field. What's your opinion of him? I mean, do you have a respect for him as a fellow fighter, or how is that?
No. Fuck him.
Fuck him.
Fuck him.
Fuck him.
Not a fan of John Jones. Can I say fuck him?
We can say, is this the YouTube? This is the YouTube.
This is the YouTube.
We're actually on internet.
Okay. Fuck John.
This is the YouTube. We can say fuck him.
Good.
So we will be fucking John Jones.
Fuck John Jones.
Or no, that's what you said. I said it wrong there.
Yeah.
There will be no fucking of John Jones.
No.
Very good.
Yeah, just not a fan. I don't like the guy. I really don't.
I find him to be a prick myself. You know, I bumped into him down at the PJ Clark's.
Did you?
I did. And he was, you know, maybe molesting some of the waitresses a bit. Not a fan of that.
He was molesting the waitresses?
A little molestation.
The waiters, probably, I would say.
As well.
The waiters,
and that may have been it. The waitress,
I think that
was a bit mannish.
Yeah,
so it could have been, let's leave it at that.
We'll leave it at that.
So, Warrior, directed by Gavin O'Connor, fantastic film, apparently. We'll get back to that. I'm going to try to bring Alex in for the follow-up on this one. I think he's pretty excited about it.
Can't wait.
All right. Starring in the film, we got Tom Hardy and Nick Nolte. I'm a big fan of the Nick Nolte. You can review back to previous videos where I've made Nick Nolte comments. Mm-hmm. I guess what I would encourage you to do at this point is click the... All right, so I would encourage you to click the subscribe button above, and remember, this is Leo's View and Review. I do welcome your comments. These are just mine. Make sure to subscribe. Make sure to comment. I will be reading future comments on future episodes, so make sure to get involved.
Come watch the fight, too.
And come watch the fight. Alex Kapaxis, what's the date again?
March 10th.
March 10th. Okay, we're very excited. Alex, thanks for having me.
My pleasure, buddy.
Very good.
All right.